Hello, everyone, and welcome to another. I can hear you back there, by the way. I can hear you scratching your mic. It's like, does she know she's on? Tiny, you need to turn your mic off. They can hear you. What? 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 Oh. Well, hello, everyone. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another Dare Chat. My name is Dare Muth, or Dare for short, because some people did not get past the second grade. I'm sorry to say, it is Dare Muth, not Dare Mouth, not Dare Smash Mouth, or any of the other stuff. Because some of you people, I don't know what's going on, but some of you did not pass that second grade test, and it shows. All right, it shows. But I make exceptions for children and older people because they can get it wrong, just because of those age groups. But I don't hold it against them. But anyway, I get to have on the lovely but hidden Tiny. How are you, Tiny?
Uh, if I'm being completely honest, I am not great. It has been a hard week,
Yeah,
but
it certainly has
but
been
I'm
for
happy to
many.
be here. I'm happy I made it. I'm happy to be spending time with you and your watchers, and not not
as we
drowning in all the other shit going on.
as we see the female try to make sense of the sentence she's bringing forth, we seem to realize that she is nowhere in sight at all. She's hidden amongst the bushes as we hear her messing around. Oh, there she is. Oh, and she. Wow, nice bathrobe.
I did
wah,
not get out of the tub early enough to get fully dressed, so that's what you
wah,
get.
wah, 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 wah. Thank goodness it wasn't a full Monty. But anyway, but no, yeah, I'm glad to get to have you on again because I know you are such a busy lady. Like you are a wanted everywhere. Like everyone wants Tiny. I almost saw a billboard sign that says, "Do you know where Tiny is?" And I said, "Yeah, but she's kind of small, so you have to look for her." But anyway, hey Dev, how's it going? I'll get to have him on tomorrow. Hello, Clips. How's it going? Tiny Wonder Person. Yes,
Howdy.
because she's so small and you can carry her around and stuff. Well, she may not like being carried around. You know, when you try to carry someone around like a backpack, it may or may not turn out well. It did for Yoda. It did for Luke, but it may not turn out right for everyone else. So you have to be careful of that.
At least you didn't say "put me in your pocket." Someone used to say that to me all the time when I was younger.
Well, well, yeah, but now you're older, and I'll stay away from that, even before I cancel my live stream. Well, life is such, but persistence is actually continuous key. I know a lot of people. To speak on that side note, a lot of people have canceled their streams, but I kind of I had Jack Tarlett on yesterday, but he was like earlier because he's in England. He's
Yep.
5 hours ahead. Well, actually, for you, he's 5 hours ahead from me, but for you, he's like 8 hours ahead.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and so there is that. But I think at a certain point, I think people need to realize it. Sort of reminds me of I don't remember know this, but like Bob Marley, right? There was a story where um, Bob Marley was not involved in a shootout, but his home or whatever he was in got shot out. Because I did see the movie that they did a sort of like a bio thing on or whatever. I don't
Biopic
know,
is what they call
biopic.
it.
That's right, biopic. And but the story was I had been out there for ages where Bob Marley was hit down and he was asked like because it was going for a concert, and so he was hit down. He was kind of knocked down for a while, and he was kind of shot out. Luckily, he survived. Um,
Mhm.
but later on, he was sort of asked like, why are you going back to this concert? These people wanted you dead, and you're going back out the concert. And I think he's saying was, darkness doesn't take a rest, so why do I?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where that sort of thing is like it doesn't matter what day you think of that's tragic or horrible, there's always going to be another one. And as much as it is for right now, if you discontinue or you stop, and understandable for some, I'm not screaming out, I'm just bringing up a story because there's a power to that. and
Mhm.
and for Bob Marley to say something like that, especially after something that happened so uh, tragically and still survived,
Mhm.
to still go out there and face it and say, "Look, there's not a day that's dark. The darkness that took try to take me out is going to stop. So why should I give up and stop now?" And I think that's pretty powerful for people to remember right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well,
The
especially
forces of darkness are never going to stop, so the forces of light cannot
no, I
do
can't
so
quit.
either.
Yeah, especially since it's the 24th, yeah, 24th anniversary of 9/11. And
I'm a New Yorker. My dad was supposed to be there that day.
wow, really?
I thank God every day that I think about it, at least that the appointment he had got canceled. He had an interview.
Mm,
Most people don't realize that like three or four of the top studios in New York were in the towers. So like
mm,
studios that like all sorts of broadcast people use and other stuff. And my dad was a lighting director and studio manager.
mm.
And he had an interview and it got canceled. And I will always thank God that his appointment was canceled. But I
Wow,
didn't know that at the time. I was in
wow,
school. I assumed he'd gone to his appointment.
mm, wow. I'm pretty sure he must have called you later or something like that, and you found out that way.
Well, it was the other thing that went all the major cell towers went down because those were also connected to the tower to the twin
Oh,
towers. So there, I
wow.
mean, I went to high school in Westchester. It's about 45 minutes north of the city,
Okay.
and it's a pretty affluent, pretty liberal area. So I didn't really get
Mm,
along well with anybody.
right.
I The best I could get was I was voted most unique in eighth grade.
Well, I could see that. I could see most unique. All right.
But no, I figured out first that you had to use landlines.
Yeah.
And my school still had a couple payphones at that point. So I was like lining everyone up with payphones, and they tried to tell us to stay in school and that they were going to like bring in counselors. And I was like, fuck that. Cause so many of the kids who went to my school, their parents worked in the financial district. And I was
Oof.
like, I went and got my car and I was like, whoever wants to go home and find out what their parents are and if their family's okay, I will drive you to your house or you have a landline. I will help you get home. And I
Right.
just basically played taxi for an hour or so.
Wow.
It was
Mm.
just, it was so nuts.
Yeah.
And then they
No.
tried to tell us the next day to not wear black. I was so angry
That doesn't make any sense. I don't know why you would tell
because
somebody not.
because it was really really liberal and they didn't want to show people mourning and being angry or
Mhm.
something like that. It was so fucking stupid.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can understand the morning part. Usually, it's either wear black clothing or you wear like a one of those black armbands that
Hmm.
I've seen people wear before. But I think you kind of need to let people do their mourning, but you also need to remind them that you can't you can't stay there because no matter what happens, time moves on. Time doesn't wait for you to move on at a certain point, and so you have to learn how to deal with that. And not everyone can, and that's understandable. But there's a point in time where you have to move forward because if you don't move forward, you will have a worse time as time goes on. And that's the
Absolutely.
sucky part. Yeah.
But the next day is not that time.
Yeah, well, obviously the next day, but I mean, we're talking on an elongated scale, not like the
Yes.
next 24-hour scale. That's usually like it's gonna take a while, but I think people, no matter what the tragedy is, people kind of have to take the time and then kind of move on because no matter what happens, that's just what is going to happen. One day one of us is going to die and we're going to die and people are going to take their time and then they're going to move on. Time does not wait for you to take your time because no day is guaranteed. And it's not trying to be harsh. It's just trying to be mindful of yes, tragedies happen. Take your moment, take your peace, but remember, darkness doesn't wait for you to catch up. Time doesn't wait for you to take years and years and years. You have to learn how to move forward and in a healthy way. In a healthy way, obviously. I don't want people moving in a bad way, which is like drinking and
Well,
all that stuff.
when I was younger, I
Mhm,
really believed in the more Superman ideal of there is darkness in the world and we have to fight it to protect the light.
mhm,
And I have come to believe that the farm boy was wrong and Batman was right. The world is full of darkness and you have to fight to protect what little light there is.
mhm,
And I
mhm,
hate that I feel that way in some
mhm.
to some degree,
Right.
but the last 20 years have taught me that there's a lot more darkness than you ever had any idea of out there.
Mhm. Right, and that's understandable, especially since if you're prone to see it more than anything else. Obviously, the news and stuff doesn't help, whether it be independent, whether it be old or independent. But I do think that, um, like in the essence of what you said, it's right to like you kind of have to protect yourself. But I also think there's that Superman side of it too that you know hope was there uh, when needed, but there's also people who abuse that as well, and you know the whole cycle of that. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those things where I understand it, but there are days of rest, but there is no day of rest if that makes sense
Hmm.
because you don't you know time the clock doesn't stop because something bad happened. It may
No,
feel like it stopped, but it doesn't stop, and so I think people will, for the time being, take their time, but they're gonna have to. They'll have to learn how to get around it in the best way they can, because the day is gonna come where people are gonna do that to you too, and you know you're not gonna be there to respond to anything. That's the part of life, the circle of life. I would try to sing it, but I don't want to embarrass myself. The circle of life. Yeah, see, that's not gonna work. But no, but yeah, I'm at least grateful for the people who are willing to uh, you know, join in and all that stuff because I'm gonna persevere because tragedy is as tragedy does, and why should I take a rest when the other side of that flip coin is not going to? It may sound like it may sound like the worst thing ever, but if you sit on it for a bit, for those out there, you'll understand that
no,
sometimes.
it's admirable. It's admirable to want to be out there to try to bring more light and more positivity to people, especially when things are bad. It's absolutely
Yeah.
admirable.
Yeah. Well, because you yeah, because what are you gonna do at the end of the day? You're gonna I don't want to say pout. That's the wrong word. Um, are you gonna simmer? Are you gonna stew? Or are you going to take a breath and the Batman thing, right? Like in the Batman where um, Bruce, the Chris Nolan one. I don't want to be like, well, Tim, Tim,
Drake.
no, no, who was directed The Nightmare Before
Tim
Tim
Burton.
Burton. Yeah, Tim Burton. I wasn't talking about Tim Burton's Batman. No, I was talking about Chris Nolan's Chris Nolan's Batman, where his dad asks him when he falls down the well, like, "Why do we fall down, Bruce?" Well, to pick ourselves up, and that's kind of what life
Yeah.
is like. But no, yeah, even though I can't see you, I know you're there, and that's my And yeah, I'd rather, you know, if you gotta do your stuff, don't let me hinder you. But yeah, it's always nice to get to have you back on again, regardless of the situation. Because like I said, you're a busy lady. Everyone wants Tiny. I see that almost everywhere. There's this show and that show, and like you should have your own red carpet walk because you're just so god dang famous.
I
It's like
have not done any red carpet walks.
oh, God, just get a nice dress on and you'll do it. Um, someone get the red carpet. Someone. But yeah, it's always nice to get people who've been on before. Um, because it is kind of difficult in its own right. Because people have their own schedules, and um, I know I've run into my few with some people. I've been obliged by a few people, so that's been interesting. Uh,
I will.
I've-
I don't know who I've been blocked by because I don't really notice much. But I have to say I have been blocking plenty of people myself. I'm just there's just so much negativity out there in ways that
mm,
I don't want to listen. I'm just gonna block. I'm just gonna knock it out. Like I made a post earlier today.
mm,
I do not understand. I personally cannot understand how amazing Charlie Kirk was with his ability to stay calm in the face of craziness.
mm,
That he was always at peace in a
mm.
way that was really really impressive.
Mhm.
When I
Yeah.
deal with people who are just obstinately obnoxious or stupid or lying, I tend to get very loud and lose my temper.
I believe it. You may be small, but you'll wreck a ball. That's for sure. Um, you'll be a wrecking ball. I'm sorry. You'll be a wrecking ball. Wreck a ball. That doesn't sound right at all. But the way I'll be like, wait a second, Miley Cyrus. No. But yeah, you kind of. I think there's a. I think we all, to some degree, kind of fear that approaching occurrence, which is always around the corner. But I think there is a point where if you can, um, example like with the story in Harry Potter, the three items of death and all this stuff, and then with the one with the hood, instead of greeting death like an enemy, he greeted death like an old friend, and I think that kind of at a certain point comes with life where you kind of have to greet death like an old friend because it's not you can extend life, but you know, trying to evade it. I wish there was immortality, but that lottery was just not on the cards. We're like, yes, forget
Well,
$1 million.
well, it's a little weird for me to say as a Jew, but uh, Charlie was Christian, so technically he is immortal now with
Mhm,
Jesus.
mhm. I don't think it's weird to say, um, because the whole Judeo-Christian sort of thing. But I mean, it's it's just a nice offering because I know there's different sects of like Orthodox and whatnot.
Hmm.
Because I have a sibling and her husband who are Orthodox Jewish. So I don't know the specifics. I'm like that too in depth. But you're not gonna see me, and I have the Torah right over here. Look at it; it says those things. Um, but yeah, that's pretty stereotypical at that point. Look over there; it's a Jerry Lee Lewis right there. Ahoy, even. Um,
Lady,
oh,
lady.
look at this over here! I can't believe the mess you made. It looks so insane. This is crazy. Uh, but yeah, I don't know this stuff, but I think yeah, I think there's a point where you just kind of have to. There's an acceptance too, and if he was ready, um, if he had already made that acceptance, then he it wasn't too much for him, but it's still going to be much for others going forward. But that's where
Yeah,
the struggle of the path of life lies, and how do you pick yourself up when the mirror has been broken into a million pieces? And
yeah,
the best answer anyone could do is first wear gloves because you don't want to cut yourself, and two, one piece at a time, because one too many will just overpower you, and it's not fun. Never fun. Um, my mirror was never big for me anyway because I was like, ooh, that's like a funhouse mirror. I was like, does that make me look fat? Uh, to the left, to the left. Oh, ooh, oh, ah, man. But yeah, it's certainly gonna be an interesting time, and I certainly can understand the anger and frustration. But at the end of the day, oh, there she is. Look at that. She is so quick. Look at her. She's got a face now.
I
And
no longer in a bathrobe. I'm actually wearing clothes.
there we
It
go. Well, technically, you kind of were wearing clothes. You were wearing clothes.
was just bathrobe clothes.
Bathrobe clothes. That's right. There's the bathrobe clothes. There's the I just went to a dinner clothes. There's the oh my gosh, what is that over there? Oh my goodness. But no, um what have you been who have you been on with so far? Because I know um you're pretty much
You said
everywhere.
that I'm in great demand, but I actually haven't been on that many shows lately.
Oh my gosh.
I'm the co-host for Drunken Emerald Arrow's Nerds Covering the News on Tuesdays,
Oh,
and I'm
nice.
still one of his regular panelists for the Insert Title Here podcast, which has moved
Oh,
from Fridays to Saturdays
hmm,
at 7 p.m. Pacific.
hey.
Um, Other than that, I'm still playing Hattie. I'm still playing D&D. We've started season 3 with Full Metal Nate. He's our
Ooh,
DM, and we've been having fun with Curse of Strahd. We're now in
ooh.
season 3.
Mhm.
Everything's gonna co. Nate's decided this will be the last season, so either we will kill Strahd or Strahd will kill us. We'll see what happens. we it's a really fun Dungeons and Dragons game, and
Mhm.
the whole crew tend to have a lot of fun, and we interact with the chat a lot, which is fun.
Nice.
Um,
I've never played D&D. I did play Jack's Read and Roll, but I don't know if that's anything similar. But yeah, I just befumbled my way through that. I was like, sure, let's go for it. Which road would you choose? This one or this one? Let's just choose that one. Let's see where it goes.
it's a little bit like that, but I've also been enjoying Vagabonds. I swear it's not hentai on Sunday nights. So, so not only do I love Vagabond as a person,
uh,
and I do, he's one of my favorite people, but
uh,
the show's really fun because he likes to go into kind of more not as well known anime and talk about stuff,
yeah.
and but we always go over stuff like anime that are they're really legitimately not hentai in any way, shape, or form,
Uh,
but they sound like they are. Like
right.
what anime you probably shouldn't be watching in public, even though
Uh,
there's nothing really wrong with it technically,
mm,
like Food Wars.
Oh, Food Wars. Oh, don't get me started on Food Wars. Well, because, and this is the truth of it, the illustrator used to do R18 content. So there is that. There is that story.
Oh.
Um, yes, exactly. Don't ask me what it was because I don't know. I just know that that person used to do that. You have stuff like the creator of Miss Nagatoro, if you've ever heard of that one.
Hmm.
That was the creator of that one, was used to do R18 content as well. There'll be a lot of mangaka who've done either
Oh yeah.
Arrow. Yeah. There'll be a
It's really funny in Japan to be a mangaka for straight manga, or being a manga or a anime artist for straight anime, and being an anime artist for hentai is not considered strange at all. Like they
mm,
go back and forth all the time. It's not
mm,
a big deal to them.
yeah.
Uh, which I try to think about like romance writers and stuff in like in the West, like in like fiction and literature.
Mm.
They can't really go back and forth. Like if they're romance, they're romance. If they're nonfiction, they're nonfiction. It's very hard for them to go back and forth. Like, we don't have that trade off here.
The only way you can go back and forth in that is if you write romance that is nonfiction and you've never had any romance in your life. That's the only way. See? Oh, the book is called The Sadness Continues, Book 2. So what's one of the ones that you guys went over that was that was one of those other than Food Wars? Because that had to be more than Food Wars.
Uh, I think we were talking about Are You Freda, and the fact that one of the lead females is technically
Mm,
300 years old because she
yeah.
looks like a 12-year old.
Uh,
Um, and a couple of the shows like that there's nothing going on that you see in any way, shape, or form, but
mm,
it's highly insinuated, shall we
mm,
say?
mm. Yeah, because let's see. I mean, there's plenty of etchy, which is part of that whole ordeal.
Hmm.
But there are certainly some like Redo of Healer, which really pushes the bound. No, I don't think you've
Okay,
heard of
no,
that
redo of a healer is not legit. Redo a healer is basically hentai and fucked up hentai
one.
at that.
Yes, but it wasn't put under that marker, so technically it's not.
I would say Goblin Slayer is less hentai than freaking that.
It still had its moments, though not all of it, just the beginning part of it. But no, I think when Redo of Healer came out, people were like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's about this." But I mean, some of them kind of did deserve it because they did do bad stuff to them. So so you reap what you sow. Ugh. Um, but yeah, no, I've never heard of that one. How do you spell that one? No, uh,
Uh, are
is
you
it
Freda? I have no
Oh,
idea.
oh, are you? I know.
Are you
Uh,
Freda from Nothing to World's Finest or something like that? I
yeah,
think
yeah,
is what
yeah,
it's called.
yeah. I think I know which one you're talking about. Riff. I just gotta. There. I think. Nope. Uh, there we go. It's a light novel series. Haha. Found it. Oh, okay. I better go to Wikipedia first. I went to the image section. Here we go. This is what she's talking about. There we go. Based off a light
Yep,
novel. And Yui is the vampire. Yes.
yep. That's
Uh,
the 300 or 3,000 or whatever year old girl.
well, we can look at it.
Because she's a vampire princess. It's not her fault she doesn't age the same way as everybody else.
That's true. Let me go here. I think. Oh, Matt Shipman. Okay. Yui Tia Ballard. Oh my. Vampire Princess for 300 years. Okay,
300.
so yeah, so there you go. So you were pretty close. Uh,
Well, I said 300 or 3,000. I couldn't remember how many zeros.
True, but when you mention two numbers, you have to pick and choose, and you only pick two numbers. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll just go with that. We'll just go with that one. But yeah, I mean, I've watched that one. It's pretty interesting. But he does start having sort of a harem like quality to it. The one, oh my gosh, what was that one? I'm trying to find the one that uh there was another one. The creator of Redo It Feeler did another one. It was called The World's Finest Assassin. Okay, okay, I gotta find this one. The world's okay, because you may not know this. Finest Assassin gets another world. It's a long title. Oh, you see this one?
There are a
Uh,
lot of anime out that have insanely long titles.
yes, and this is one of them. But this is the one done by the same one who did the creator of Redo a Healer. This was after the fact. This is the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated.
Oh, in other words, as an aristocrat. Yeah, I do. I haven't actually watched that, but I do know about that one.
Okay, all right. Well, you know there's some. Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I won't spoil it for you. Yeah, because I've been trying to get the manga because it is based off a light novel, first off. And if for those who don't know, light novels are basically like a 500-page book. They're a lot easier and quicker to get out than a manga because a manga is
It
time
needs art.
consuming. Yeah, art, the script, and all that stuff. While a light novel is just like bang, 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 sort of like, um,
Well, a light novel is like a regular novel for us. Like it's
yeah,
just writing. Sometimes there'll be a couple pictures here and there to like
yeah,
help, but it's all just you're just reading the fiction.
yeah. It's no bigger than a Tiny Show Kitty Cat. Tiny Show Kitty Cat. No, it's no bigger than say like well, it's probably less than a Reader's Digest, but it's sort of in that ballpark where it's sort of like a again, it is a light novel or they spell it light as in Light, but I was fearing more like light as in that regard. Um but yeah, so this is one. I'm trying to collect the manga on it. Another another one I know which would probably be Elder. There we go. Pochi Ida. Yeah, this one is a little. Actually, this one manga is actually based off the R18 um, version of it, just with more story though. And the creator, the funny thing is that the creator of this, Ida-san, is actually um she's actually the modeler of Ryan from Hololive. So she's actually done, yeah, and she's also VTuber herself. So if you ever want to go see Ida play games, or I think she does some singing or whatever, actually, you know what? I should be able to find her. It's always the Oh wait, no, I probably could find it from here. She might be. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. I'm just gonna go to YouTube. Just gonna go to YouTube. Um, there we go. All right, going to YouTube. Blah blah blah. I've got to find. I think it's Pochi. Nope. Pochi. There we go. Ida Pochi. There she is. Here she is. This is her VTuber. There you go. So this is the VTuber version of
Hmm.
herself, and she and she's done again. She's done the thing for the model for Rhine, and of course there she's right here with their song Pavlovia Rhine and all this stuff. But she's also done the model for this. She plays games and stuff and all that. She's Japanese, so you're not
Yeah,
gonna.
but the number of VTubers who are also singers is just mind blowing to me. Actually,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You've got
Iron
uh,
Mouse.
Iron Mouse is no one, even though she is very. I don't know. I don't know if she would be in the same kind of category like you for your stuff, like medical stuff, because she has a very. I think it's a genetic thing
Oh,
for Iron
yes,
Mouse.
she had an immune. She doesn't really have an immune system.
Hmm.
She's very immune suppressed, so she can't leave her house almost at
Right.
all. But she was trained as an opera singer,
When-
and she can freaking belt. You okay?
Hold on, it's the housemate. I'll be right back.
No worries.
Entertain Tiny with your amazingness. Oh yeah, talk about Iron Mouse a bit because she does have a genetic disorder. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
Iron Mouse is actually one of the reasons I originally wanted to be a VTuber because when I was first starting, I was still kind of I wasn't bedbound exactly. I have been in the past, but I was fully homebound and I wasn't really able to do much. And then I saw her, who was even more bedbound than I was in many ways, and she was doing so much stuff and having so much fun and interacting with the world. So I originally wanted to be a VTuber. Um, Also, because some of my family didn't really want me to put my face on the internet and maybe have like people mess with me or whatever. But when Common Nerd was doing his Wednesday shows, I got invited to come on, and I decided I had tried to set up the VTubing thing, but I just didn't have the money and the connections to make it work right. And so this is me. But I really respect Mouse. She has taken where she was, the situation that life put her in, and she's been amazing at making a life where she connects with so many people and she touches so many people and she does so much.
mm-hmm.
Um, and I always think it's funny when I think it's very sweet, but also very funny when Connor takes the iPad of her
Yeah,
different places. Like he like this a week or two ago, he took her to Disneyland for the first time,
yeah.
and they had it set up that she was going to meet Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas,
Mm,
and then he took her to the aquarium.
that's right. Yeah,
And like I just and sometimes he goes to cons and he
yeah,
brings her like with the as the tablet or whatever, and
yeah.
she's like, "Go buy me cinnamon. Go buy me cinnamon." He's like, "There's no cinnamon here. I haven't seen it." And like her fans will come and go, "Oh, I'll show you where the table is." And he's like,
Yeah, no, there was a video actually where he brought her to the zoo and a bunch of monkeys came up to the tablet. No, but that's
"But that's so
really
cool
yeah.
that she still is a found a way to interact with the outside world, and that's amazing."
Yeah, well, obviously with the technology, but that does require a lot of setup for it. And the ability to connect to the internet and all that stuff. Because either it's a either the tablet is has like 5G or whatnot, or it just connects straight to the internet. But yeah, it does still require a lot of setup. But because I believe because of what she has, she is it is very strict, very
Oh
strict. Like you it's such a disorder that any it's more autoimmune disease, it sounds
yep,
like.
yeah. It's she her immune system basically doesn't work.
Yeah,
My immune system's repressed, but nothing like hers.
yeah.
Um,
I actually met someone who along well, who was on a guest on a long time ago, and they were they're they had autoimmune disease too, but it was mostly like from Alaska because they some I've heard the story that some people are more from there, but she was autoimmune and she's a mom, right? So she's a mom, she has to do all that stuff, and
I
she
didn't
was
think that Mouse was a mom.
no, not Mouse. It was a
Oh, the
guest.
person who was on your. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that
yeah,
makes
the
more
person I had on who was man, there maybe who knows if she's around Connor long enough.
sense.
But no, the point the point was that she is a mom. Phoenix is her name,
Gotcha.
and she would do medical marijuana, obviously because it was such a pain on her. But there were some other things too. But yeah, she had autoimmune disease and all that stuff, and it's sort of like that's basically you just have to be either be taking very high meds or something or other, because otherwise it's just mm-mm, nope, and it's tough. But no, yeah, I mean she's done like opera. I
Hmm.
mean, Iron Mouse has done opera. I know she's done a bunch of singing some original songs in her own
Yeah,
way.
she's been making some pop songs that feel kind of like Japanese pop a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the the Crunchyroll Awards or the Anime Awards or something, she debuted a new song with Connor's VTube character, which
Mm,
always makes me laugh hysterically because his character's Bubi, Bubby,
Bubby, yeah.
Booby, or however she pronounces it.
Uh,
But Bubby in Hebrew means grandma.
uh.
And every time I see it, it's like she's like, Mouse is with Bubby. I'm like, right, right, not grandma. It's Connor, not a grandma. It always makes me laugh.
Boobala, come on, Boobala, let's go. Um, but yeah, no, but it is nice that the technology has gotten to the point where someone who can't travel, because travel for her would be a disaster in its own right.
Yeah.
Especially for someone like you, like I know you were going to the FNT thing in April, and I know you're talking about like last time you weren't in a wheelchair most of the time, and so it's not an
Well,
easy gig.
not this last April, but the April of 2024.
Okay.
I went for the first time, and I needed the chair for some of the days I was there.
Hmm.
But it was the most amazing week of my life in the last 20 years. It was amazing. This year, everything that could go wrong did. And when I came home, I my system totally crashed for the next few months. I'm
Wow.
I'm kind of getting back. I've finally kind of started getting back on my feet a little bit more regularly. But it's one of the reasons wasn't streaming as much. I was just if I'm in a certain amount of pain, I
Hmm.
don't like I don't like people to see it. Like I
Right.
don't like people to see me clenching and shit. So, but if it's at a certain level, I'll just put a avatar on and
Hmm.
still go online for stuff. But there's
Hmm.
a certain level past that I can't keep it out of my voice. I can't
Hmm.
keep it, and I just don't like being online when I'm like that. And I was having so much more pain that I just kind of I dropped most of the shows I was doing just because I didn't feel like I could be a
Yeah.
constant part of them. I mean, that's one thing about streaming is, especially if you're doing it with other people,
Hmm.
there's a certain level of responsibility to show up.
Hmm.
And if I'm not sure I'm going to be able to fulfill that, I'm just not going to say yes to begin with because I don't
Yeah.
think that's right. So I'm finally feeling more stable again. Part of it was, if you don't mind me going off my own personal tangents,
Yeah.
they changed my meds.
Ooh.
And on January 1st, California changed the formulary for Medi-Cal patients, and the two main drugs that kept me going were now available.
Oof.
And they put me on they tried me on three different painkillers over like the 6 months, and none of them worked the way my other ones did. One made
Ugh.
me zombie like, the other ones just did not handle the pain.
Oh.
So 2 months ago, after my doctor was fighting for me, I was actually starting the case. I was gonna have to sue the state.
Mhm.
And but I got lucky enough that probably somebody who's like connected to Congress or something also
Mhm.
needed the same painkillers and said, no, 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 you don't get to keep this away from people. So
Right.
finally, they had changed the ruling, and so the two painkillers I really needed the most, I got back. And
Mhm.
so for the last 2 months, I've been finally kind of gaining back a little bit more energy, a little bit more function, and maybe I'll put myself out there again finally, and I will be as busy as you think I am.
After all this time, she's growing up and she's putting herself back out there. I can't believe it. She's big girl's growing up. Oh man, no, but that's understandable though, because I remember you telling me about how there's one time where you were just unable to move at all, and you were just you basically naked as the day you was born, and you just couldn't do anything, and that sort of pain is not something that can be even with meds, it still sounds like it has its burdens with it, which
Yeah. Well,
the
I mean,
more.
it's the pain is a problem, but that is actually the my mitochondrial my mitochondria, like my cells, literally don't produce enough energy for all of the functions of my body.
Mhm.
So no matter what, something is suffering in one way or another.
Yeah.
Um, and that day, that was yeah, back when I was still in college, I we had a fire drill,
Mhm.
and I didn't know, but we didn't know it was a drill.
Oh.
And I got out of bed and I fell to the floor and I could not get up.
Oh.
And if that had been a real fire, I could not have gotten out of there. And
Oh.
that was the day I went, okay, I can't keep pretending that this is just a sickness, that this is
Mhm.
just like some type of not a cold, but like
Mhm.
this was serious. This was
Mhm.
my whole body was not working anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I found out that I wasn't getting REM sleep almost at all. And
Oh.
turns out your brain melts if you don't get REM sleep.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I believe the longest any human's gone without REM sleep is 12 days and they died.
Yeah, that's not I mean, Guinness Book World of Records, sure, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
But
Yeah.
I did a lot of work and stuff and I started getting more REM sleep, which changed a bunch of stuff for me.
Mm.
And then I realized, well, your brain gets fixed by REM sleep, but your body gets fixed by deep sleep. So then
Mm.
I learned how to do more things to kind of convince my body to go into deep sleep too. So,
Mhm.
but the last few months, I found some techniques that help, and I'm actually getting at least 10 minutes, sometimes 20, 30 minutes of deep sleep. And that makes a huge difference.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's great. I'd have been like, "Well, I got someone you can listen to help you to sleep," but no, I don't think that'll help. Yeah, I got this one guy. No, it was there's a funny story. There's a gentleman. I don't think he makes any content anymore, or he's not creating anymore. But his name is Michael Sealy. He's Australian, and what he would do is that he would I'm not the better to show than to say. Let's see. There we go. I found him. Woo. Um, there we go. So he would do this sort of there we go. There's Michael Sealy. You'll find his if you ever want to go to his page, it's that right there. Um, but it's basically just hypnosis, hypnotherapy, sleep hypnosis, guided meditation,
Oh,
all
actually,
that
that's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah. And he has a lot of different videos. I'd tell you this though. There's one he has that's really like a quick one,
Hmm.
like 10 to 15 minutes or something like that. I don't think I'll be able to find it, but I mean, still, I passed out. I usually listening to his stuff, I pass out pretty quick. So, but yeah, there's stuff like that too. I know people use. There's another channel I follow that does that sort of thing. But yeah, but for you, I'm pretty sure it's a lot more complicated than that because you have to do the signs, you have to do a little dance, and then you just kind of like waving fans in the air. So,
Not quite.
hey, Slighty Pie, how are you? Hope you're
But I will
doing
say
well.
that my Aura Ring has made a huge difference in tracking my sleep and figuring out what I need and what I can get.
Yeah,
So,
I was wondering what that was because it almost looked like is like almost like a small little like knuckle bracelet or something. Like, hey, you want a piece of this? Ugh.
ooh.
So what you what?
It's just a regular ring, except it's got like technology on the inside.
Wow! 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 I feel like I feel like someone talked to me to help me understand what technology is. I I feel like you would have done a really good been a good teacher because like, look, kids, this is a chalkboard. Mrs. Chong, look at that. Right there we go. There's a line now. Look at it. Uh, oh man. But what was the ring called? Aura?
Aura.
Aura ring.
Oura. Aura
Oh,
ring.
gosh. Oura. Okay.
Mhm.
There we go. I found it. Oh gosh. Have to make me spell.
And I should say, I
Uh,
really love the company. Uh, the first ring I had, actually, it something happened in it and it busted. Like it actually like blew up slightly on the inside,
wow.
and I sent it back to them, and they sent me a new ring. They're really cool about it.
Yeah. Well, that's a little steep for my pocket, but yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Well, it is the first thing I ever semi crowdfunded about 4 years ago. I basically asked a lot of people if they'd be willing to donate a little tiny bit for me
Uh-huh.
to put it together so that I could get the Generation Two ring.
Mm. Why? Oh, let's go look at their why aura. Let's go on a discovery of why aura. All right, let's go. It's a first of its kind smart ring. Well, technically, yes, because I've never seen a ring like it, and hopefully, it's sturdy enough that if you
Actually,
were to fall,
Google or somebody has a ring now, but out of all of the different sleep or tracking devices,
mm,
Aura has been voted by multiple medical professionals as the best for sleep and HRV detection,
what's HRV?
heart rate variability.
Ah, okay. Well, I was gonna say, is that like a yeah? Is that like No, I'm not gonna finish that. Uh, rooted in wellness, not burnout. As Aura evolves, we remain rooted in Nordic wellness principles. Oh, okay, all right. Then a principle: relaxed, restored, and engaged. Recent activity has your stress levels in great. Okay. 12 years of experience in research. All right. That's not bad. 25 PhDs. Not bad. Four generations. All right. But what is it?
And it's so when your heart rate hits a certain point, it
Mm,
assumes that you're doing some type of physical activity, and it asks you what were you doing. And I almost always have to turn up. No, that was just a pain attack. Nope, nope, nope.
I don't want to explain the other ones. Aura is rooted in Finnish design philosophy, uniquely designed to pair with your mind, body. Each or aerospace grade titanium. Okay, so it is made out of something durable because I was worried that if you're gonna buy something that's almost 200, 400 bucks, it's gonna have to be made out of something durable. Otherwise, there's no point in buying it. It's
Yeah. Oh,
too.
yeah. And like I said, it had a random flaw after I'd had it for more than 2 years. It
Mm.
did break. They were shocked and they gave me a brand new ring.
They were like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're shocked like that," and tell you or no?
No, it was more like I called. I said it broke. They're like, "What do you mean?" And I took a picture and sent it to them and said, "Oh, that's not supposed to happen. We'll send you a new ring. What was your size?" Like that was it.
Hmm. We're gonna
They
size
seem
you
to,
up.
they seem to be a very very good company. Is what I'm trying to say, basically.
That's good. Well, they say they're like Nordic and Finnish design and all that stuff. So um, it must be Finland. Okay, so it is born in Finland. Okay, so it is a Finnish product, and not, I'm
Yep.
talking Finnish as in Finland, not Finnish as in done. Although it is done.
Yes, Finland is in the Nordic country. Yes.
Yes. It's just gonna be hard when people say, "Oh, so it's Finnish." No, yes, but it's not that kind of. Look, it's country Finnish. It's not okay. So you mean it's done? No, yes, it is. It's gonna be hard to explain that one. No, no, two
But
days. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I hadn't remembered that it was Finnish, but I just Finnish is the most complicated language on earth.
Mm. Yeah, because I can never finish it. Hey. The more you wear it, the more personalized your insights become. No 2 days with Aura look the same as you evolve. So does your membership, translating your data and lifestyle habits into deep personal insights that power your lifelong health journey. Ooh, I'm getting a little like hippie vibe from this. Oh my gosh. Uh, let's see. So stressful day. This day had quite a few stress peaks, but you made it through. Reflecting back, is there anything about this day that may? Oh, so is that what it does? Like on the phone, is that what it shows? Like this little thing right here? Oh, she left. All right. Um, she'll be back. But so it has July, goes from July, wind down routine, and then cold shower basketball. Oh, okay. All right. Will she return? Hold on, I better check my thingamabobber. She'll be back. All right. But anyway, but yeah, it looks interesting. Like, but the only problem is that it costs a bit. Um, like the rings themselves. So if you want to go to shop, so we'll go to shop. Our most personal smart ring ever. Wow. And it look kind of, I mean, they do look stylish. I kind of like this black matte one. I don't know if that's gold or not. Um, um, but yeah. All right. All right. Du- du- du. Oh, I hear you again.
Yeah, my internet went out.
I was like, no, she'll be back.
Well, it's
Um,
for me, it looked like you froze, and then I was like, "Did he freeze?" And then I'm like, "Oh shit, my internet's out."
dang it. I couldn't hold it long enough. I couldn't hold it long enough. Okay, so this is the ring sparrow. I do like the black matte color, but do have different types of color. It looks like they have a gold one and they have a copper one. We'll just look at what they
It's
have.
technically rose gold.
Rose gold. Oh, that's a nice color. I used to have a rose gold iPhone, and then I didn't because I had to upgrade. Our tech specs. I don't need. Um, let's see. So there's silver. Okay, so we got a silver look. We got a black one. Okay, the black
That's
matte
what I got.
black. Brushed silver. Okay, that one looks actually that I like kind of like that one, little
Yeah,
brushy
that
silver.
looks a lot more metallic,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like a real ring.
Stealth. All right, just in case you want to hide your rings. Like, oh, where'd it go? Magic. You got gold, and then you got rose gold. Okay, so what is the difference between gold and rose gold? Like,
Rose gold's
it's
pinker.
yeah, yes, but I've never heard of rose gold as being an actual gold.
It is. It's a legitimate color.
I know it's a legitimate color, but I'm talking about like it being actual gold. Like this is gold, that's rose gold. Never mind. But no, I kind of I like the color rose gold. I had it for a previous iPhone because iPhone does have that color. Except I like the product red better because red is my favorite color. So unfortunately, they don't have red, so I've got to choose something else. Our membership translate your body's data into actual insights, personalize your unique needs with innovative. Become a member for $6 a month or $70 a year, and new members get you your first month on us. So basically, you get the ring, and then you either you don't. I don't. So do you have to pay for the membership or no?
Um, I I think if you pay for the membership, you get more options. But I think
Okay,
if you don't have to pay for the membership just to get the readings from the ring on the app.
sure. And Deb says rose gold gets you brownie points. That's what my wife told me. Well,
There you go.
there you go. As long as it gets you those brownie points, make sure it's not the special brownie points because those lead to a night of I don't remember where I am. Uh, okay, so we got this. So it kind of shows stuff like this on the app, right? Like
Mhm,
sleep score, sleep stages, all this stuff. Oxygen, blood. Now I do have an blood oxygen sensor thing, like they put you on your finger.
mhm.
But it's kind of nice that they do this stuff too, like your optimal bedtime. So
Yeah,
is
like it's there's been a bunch of research in what they call chronotherapy or like
mm,
sleep science and stuff.
yeah,
And supposedly there are three main circadian rhythm patterns.
mm,
And after you've had it for a few months, it can recognize what your correct pattern is. And then like, I have the latest pattern, but I still
mm,
sometimes, for whatever, can't fall asleep before like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And
yeah.
it'll be like, you went to bed too late for your pattern.
Smacks your hand. Ow, ow, that hurt. But no,
But
that
also
looks.
the oxygen when you're asleep. like
Mm,
people who might have slight sleep apnea and not know about it, this
yeah,
will let you know that you have sleep apnea because you'll see the breathing patterns change.
yeah. It probably would show up on the sleep stages too, like sleep score, sleep stages, all this stuff, because it would show up there. And that's pretty awesome. You got like activity and fitness, so it reads that. Okay, all
And
right.
actually, it could do so much more stuff if I was physically active,
That's true. I mean, you
but I'm
got
not.
readiness, illness detection, are shifts in your temperature and heart rate, so you can tell when you're being be. Oh, wow, that's
Yeah, and
interesting.
it measures your temperature like to the 0.1 degree. So it's like it'll say, "Oh, your temperature is an entire degree, or it's only half a degree change, or
Mm,
whatever."
yeah, that's pretty. Actually, that's pretty awesome. People, I sometimes I can tell when I'm there, like I can feel it coming on, but this is probably get there before that, which is
Hmm.
interesting.
So I do
Stress,
laugh when it says
daytime.
your body seems to be stressed this week. It's like, no shit, Sherlock.
And then you got daytime stress and resilience, how well your body recovers from stress. So that's
Yep.
pretty good. Heart health, that's pretty awesome. 24/7 heart rate. Now this is one of those things because I a while back, because I've been doing like blood pressure stuff. I bought like something from Amazon to take my blood pressure. It was like $15.
Is
But
that a wrist cuff or an arm cuff?
wrist cuff. Yeah.
Just wrist cuffs are notoriously inaccurate.
Well, thanks for that. I appreciate you telling me how my bad my thing is at. But at least it's
Well,
something,
I
right?
mean, if it says that your heart like that your blood pressure is super high, it might not be accurate. You don't have to freak out, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Well, I'll try to keep that in mind. But this one looks like it gives you some pretty good. So this is what you're talking HRV, uh H heart rate variability to help you understand if you're stressed, sick, or need time. Take time to recover. Cardio capacity.
Hmm.
Uh, how efficiently? Wow, this is like an all-in-one. So this is like better than a Fitbit, to be honest. This is like
Yeah, I
Fitbit on
mean,
steroids.
I don't know how well it works compared to a Fitbit for like running or biking or kayaking or swimming or any of like the physical activity parts because
Mm,
I can't do those physical activities.
right.
So I've never tested that part of it, but all of the basic health and medical metrics, it's really impressive and it's definitely better than a Fitbit for me.
And then, of course, we get the last one for women's health, is cycle and oh, this is all the great stuff, right?
Yeah, so that you can follow your period.
That's right. Every once a month, you're right there. It's not ovulation; it's more like pain, like no other. Um, okay, so this is quality materials, non-allergic titanium, which I don't know how you could be allergic to titanium. That's weird. Compatibility. Our app is available in Czech, Danish, Dutch, and English. Thank goodness for that. And all that stuff. Oh, look, it even has a little ring charger. Look at that.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah, it's the low end of it. Um, for the ring, like I think the Aura ring is cheaper than the Aura 4, but man, it's still pretty expensive to be honest. And I don't know if I'd be too interested. Yeah, see, like 350 versus 200. Yeah, that's much as I'd want to get it because I mean this would be great to have, but and it's also a nice looking piece of jewelry too. Just put that on there and all that stuff. But yeah, it's still a bit expensive. It's sort of like when people get a Apple Watch, right? And
Yeah,
you get
it's similar to an Apple Watch or to a Fitbit or to a like a Garmin.
oh, that's right. I didn't know. I forgot Garmin does. But yeah, maybe one of these days I'll be like, oh, look at that. Look at my whole. just I just take a picture. Like, oh, look, Tiny got something. You got married. Oh, wrong finger. Wrong finger. Take it off. Take it. I can't get it off. I can't get it off. Or get off my finger, please. Oh my goodness. But anyway, but no, that's a pretty cool nifty thing. I think that's pretty beneficial for people to have because um especially if you're older folk, because you
Yeah, I
really
mean,
need some
I think wearable tech is one of the best things that have come out of modern technology.
mm,
The ability to really track all sorts of different systems, to
mm,
be more aware.
yeah.
A lot of the things like Aura and other things, you can actually connect it to your doctors. So
Oh,
your doctors can be getting um, reports or following along how you're doing,
yeah,
especially if you have heart issues.
yeah.
Like the fact that your cardiologist can check can this can't do it, but there are a couple things that can do, like little mini EEG testing,
Mhm,
and like you can regularly send heart health updates to your doctors. And
mhm.
that's pretty cool.
I'm just waiting for be able to summon like some kind of weapon or something in the form of a shark. I don't. That
So
looks like
far,
a
no
mini.
superpowers. So
Uh,
far, no superpowers.
that looks like a small little shark over there. I don't think that's powerful enough. Um, but anyway, it is the top of the hour, and of course, as always, I set aside some time for me, my guest, to for more stuff. Now, Tiny's really just here. She's a bit everywhere. She's like a floating butterfly. Once in a while, you catch her out, and the sun breeze. It's like, oh, look, there she goes. And then sometimes the downpouring rain is like, I don't know where heck she went. She just disappears. But she does. Oh, goodness. The thunderstorms are coming. Um, but you, of course, you can find her here on. She's got a Twitter X. That's all she's got. But sometimes it's all you need, and she's just a little ray of sunshine with her own bebop. Never mind, then. I guess I'll take that back. I guess I guess I'll take that back. But anyway, you could find her there, and if you want to say the hell good, but she will bark at you if you get a little too feisty. Okay, she will bark. She's like a little chihuahua. You get a little too close, and she will. You don't want you don't want that. She's tiny, but she is fierce. That's technically in her name. But anyway, that's her link to her Twitter X, and of course, there we go. Of course, remind things, whether you're on the Rumble side or you're on the YouTube side. I think she froze up again. That's actually what she looks like when she's not paying attention. I think her internet went out again, but this
Second
this
time
is much
today.
it's much funnier with that picture. You had a face that was showing like what you were really thinking at the moment. I was like, that looks look really like her. But anyway, for my things, whether you're on the Rumble side or on the YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on. If you wouldn't mind, there you go. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment, follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated. Because not only that we seen more, like all content creators want to be, and listen, I've seen enough. Um, but it also helps in having other people on, like Tiny, like Jack from yesterday, like Dev for tomorrow, and like so many other people, over 260 various people. Whether they be creator or not, does not matter. I do this thing to have free flowing conversations about whatever, and it's always a great time. Some people are a little more difficult than others, but it's more of like meeting the challenge head on than being overtaken it like a tsunami in a very tough storm. You're like, I can't swim, but you're like, I can still try anyway. But anyway, any help with the engagement factor is much appreciated. So there you go for that. And of course, hold on, I gotta get my links out there. Her pain affects her internet signal. That is very true. She needs to,
I'm grateful it does not. My internet would go out much more often.
her internet signal is the pain. That's the real problem.
No, but I do owe AT&T a very angry phone call after today.
Look, I tried to take from you, I tried to pay you. I get nothing. I get nothing. But anyway, anyway, here's my link right here. You can find my Twitter X, you can find my email. You can see a link to Discord in there, but it's mostly just for DMing because I don't have a server. I am just I just have it for DMing because some people don't do Twitter X, so they don't have an account on Twitter X. I and some people do email, but it's very rare. So I just have that as sort of like a extra tidbit right there. But again, all the Rumble and YouTube links are there too as well. And of course, the last thing I have that I've been, for a while now, I've been part of the Proton program. And of course, when I went in for it, I didn't expect to get in, but they said you're in, and I'm like, "Are you sure about me being in?" And then I would try and I was just been just trying to promote a benefit. I can make money off it, but I don't care about that as much. It's a nice bonus, but it's not the point of why I do it. I use the Proton suite of stuff, and I actually a while back they actually gave a link to all the people who are part of the program to actually promote that plan, which is called the Proton Unlimited plan. So
Hmm.
what that means is that when I'm putting a oh, that's right, I can't. So there's a little about that, but the link is no, don't there we go. Nope, I gotta hold on. There we go. Now I can copy it. But here's here's the link right there. You can click on it and it will actually take you to the page. Let's do this. Let's do this. We're gonna take a journey, kids.
Okay.
On we're gonna take a fun journey. Hold on. I get to get off screen. Okay. So what that you press on that link, where is it gonna take you? Yes, press on. So that link is going to take you to the Proton Unlimited page, and that's what this is right here, right? So Proton Unlimited has the whole suite of Proton stuff: Proton Mail, Proton VPN, Proton uh, Pass, Proton Drive. The Proton Mail and Proton VPN are free to use, but you get more with it. So you get to see all this stuff. If you use the link, you get 23% off,
Nice.
which is a pretty good saver. And they do little stuff here. It's hard to stay private online. Yes, it is. Your data is up for sale, which is true. Data breaches are on the rise. You see that with like Chase and all other companies who get their stuff taken. Um, Millions use it. Swiss protection or their ruling like strong privacy, no tracking or ads. Protect your data, browse freely, easy and secure. And so these are the four ones that are part of it. Proton VPN, which if you know what a VPN, there's that. Proton Mail, Proton Drive. It's their own encrypted drive thing. So movies, pictures, all that stuff you can put in there. Proton Pass.
Okay, that's what you mean by drive. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean like proton drive, like you get in a car, and that's not what I was talking about. This is not this is not an Elon car. But the proton pass is sort of what I use. It sort of keeps all your passwords and stuff from one area, but they're really good. And you can use hide your email address, which when you're signing up for a site or whatever, like
Hmm.
say you want to sign up for TikTok, or we can't do it for YouTube because used to use their Gmail. But say you want to sign up for a platform that has to have an email, right? Well,
Hmm.
they'll make up a hide your email or a alias email that you can use to sign up to that website, and it will direct stuff to your mailbox, your actual mailbox. But once you turn it off, they can't send anything to you anymore. And so that's one of the great things about that. But the Proton Press and Proton Mail do that sort of thing, and it's end-to-end encryption for emails as well for Proton Mail. This is the stuff you kind of get with getting on the Proton Unlimited. um, I do know, if you get on
There
the
you go, Wade. You wanted to see the kitty? She's
oh, look at that. Oh, looks like Salem the cat right there. Except not as magical.
no,
Mm.
she does not speak. She squeaks, but she doesn't speak.
Curses. I was hoping for a magic egg right there. Um, but yeah, I do know with Proton Drive though, if you do the unlimited plan,
Hmm.
when I've been with it, they have given like 10 gigs a year away. So you get
Oh wow.
yeah, so it's sort of being part of it. I don't know if I think they did it again this year, but the longer you're in with it, the more gigs you get. It's gonna be 10 every year, but the more years you do, the more gigs you get. So um,
Cool. That's
that's
really
what
cool.
yeah, and all that stuff. So I mean, it's really about privacy and security and whatnot. And again, um, I'm just promoting a benefit and all that. If you want to take a look for yourself, like you just saw, the
Mhm.
link is there for you to do. If not, no skin off my back. It basically is just promoting a benefit because I know again you see the news of like the um, companies who get hacked and their passwords all get out there and whatnot, and you're like, I gotta change all my passwords, which is good, but never fret that Proton can help with that. So there is that, and yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for coming to my TED talk. That's about as much as I got. But yeah, so there is that. But I mean, I don't. they when I did sign up for it, I was like, I don't really know how I'm gonna do this because I am part of. I'm still in Rumble's creator program because I meet certain requirements to stay in, but I don't get paid for it. So I'm like,
Mhm.
whatever. It comes with the flow of things. But for me, for the Proton one, it really was just about like I use this thing, so why not? Why
No,
not promote?
absolutely.
And yeah, I think even if people just are willing to take a look at it, the benefit outweighs the cost. Because I mean, honestly, you can have there are other ones out there, and that's fine. Do what you will. Because I use like what was it, one password or something like that before this. But when I found Proton, I've just used all the stuff, and I've never looked back. So it's easy as pie. And then of course I have a car to sell. No, come down to Jim Bob's right over here. We got a car over here that's a Grand Jeep right there. It's missing one tire, but it's worth $500. That's right, $500. You want a Jeep you could fix for yourself? It's right there. Oh, look, the tailpipe fell off, but that's okay because it's only worth $500 right there. Not a good auctioneer, but I try. Um, but yeah, I. But yeah, no, it's uh, I don't. I know some people with like their internet, like because I don't have the internet. That's not me. It's by someone else. Um, but I know some people have issues. I've heard some people have issues with Spectrum. Spectrum is one that people have a lot of issues with, which I'm like, wow, I don't know how it's still in business. Um, or you get just don't drop on only. I'd never make any money whatsoever. There'd be nothing there. There'd be just I'd be like, wait, why is his name there? It's like, oh, there's nothing there. Oh, I got bamboozled. Oh, a monster. Um, oh yeah, I've tried one of
Well,
those actually.
supposedly there are people on OnlyFans who don't do sex work.
It's
I've
true.
heard this.
It's true. That's true. They get close enough though. Some of them do get close enough.
You can have an OnlyFans and do comedy.
Yeah, that's right. Wait, this is what OnlyFans is for? For comedy? That's a little weird. I didn't know it was for that.
Well,
Um,
if you actually did it as you got fans, you'd make money and you'd be able to be like, see, I can make money and keep my clothes on. You can show up all those hoes.
that's right. That's right. That's what's gonna turn me around. It's going is making an OnlyFans and just pursuing the life of making money. Look at me. Look at that. Ooh, yeah, look at that. People would be like, I don't I don't know what I'm watching anymore, and I'm scared.
Or
Oh
you could
man,
you could end up with some really funky fans.
that is true. Hey, but show me the feet. Can they show me the feet? It's like, okay, all right. I'm closing it down. I'm closing it down. No, you should have been here yesterday. Jack was telling me about um, it's about this drink that actually has a toe in it, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, wait a second, you're because I was
Toe?
yeah, I was telling well, first it started out I was telling him about it was a while back. I can't remember where I saw it, but there was these bottles of alcohol that have actual snakes in them. They're dead, but they have actual snakes in them.
Yeah,
I'm just
that I've
like,
seen.
yeah, yeah, and I'm just like, no. But he was telling me about a story about someone who actually got their toe cut off and it went into a jar of alcohol and people would yeah, no. I was like, no, Jack, I'm not no, I don't wanna talk about this. But yeah, it led to that point. I'm just like, I don't, my stomach's not feeling it today. But yeah, the snake ones I've seen, I do think they've done ones with like scorpions in them.
Yep.
There's with scorpions and all that stuff. But I'm like, at that point, it's not alcohol. It's just like a preservation jar. I'm good. I'm really good about it. I don't need to see it. I don't really need to see it anymore. Um, but I don't drink alcohol at all, so it's fine with me anyway. But the funny the funny thing is though, is that my name, Jaramuth, is sort of based off an alcoholic drink. But it wasn't because of
Vermouth.
yes, vermouth, right. And it wasn't because it was the alcohol, it's just because of the way the word sounded. Because there actually is a place in Virginia, I believe that's called vermouth. Or is, I better look it up. Um
My grandma made a limerick up about me when I was a little baby. for that involves vermouth.
Mm. I swear, there's a place called is it Virginia? Uh, I want to see. I want to see if it's is it Vermouth, Virginia? No. Rosemont of Virginia. No, that's not what I'm. I. Oh my gosh. There's a city. There's a capital. Uh. Uh. Capital. Oh, how about Vermont? Vermont. What's the capital of Vermont? Vermont.
Mm.
I'm getting there. Okay, just hold on. Um, the capital. Here we go. What we got? We got the Vermont. Hey, B-roll. How's it going, lads and ladettes? Look, okay, we're not gonna do this whole gender neutral thing. Okay, it's dudes and dudettes. All right, just all please hot the like, please hot the like and repost buttons.
I think
Um,
I think it meant
I
hit, not hot.
yeah, hey, yeah, well, hot would work too. Burlington, Burlington. Oh, Burlington is like Burlington Coat Factory. Is that what you're trying to talk about?
That might be where it comes from originally.
Um, Vermont. What is the capital of Vermont?
Burlington is the capital of Vermont, I think is what he's saying.
Oh, dang it! Where I swear I've heard vermouth from a city or something like that. Um, I'm not sure. Uh, Gotta be a like Vermouth City or something like that. Little City Vermouth. Okay, is made entirely by hand. Uh, okay. Drink. It's French. French. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's got to be a place called Vermouth. Isn't that really a place called Vermouth? I swear I thought there was a place called Vermouth too. Maybe I'm just thinking of stuff. Uh, then you heard me. Yes, I did hear you, Adam. I did. Um, yeah. Well,
There's a city
this
called Duluth,
Duluth. Well, that is true. There's Duluth. I think that's in Wisconsin, though.
something like
Uh,
that. Yeah.
yeah. But here's what vermouth looks like for those who don't know, because I don't drink alcohol. So there you go. There's vermouth right there. It's a European Mediterranean aromatized fortified wine. All sorts of wine. Okay, but it's still alcoholic.
It's very, very dry, and it's generally used for making martinis.
Yes, historically the two main types of vermouth are sweet and dry. So dry they had to put it in a bottle. Why is this bottle empty? It's dry vermouth. I don't know. I don't know what you want. Why is my glass empty? It's called a dry martini for a reason. Why don't you understand? I still
Not what
gotta.
that means.
It's like you just make like you just get this like martini glass with an olive in it. Like where's the drink at? It's dry. Hey, big black. Where you at? If you say Duluth, it's very near Wisconsin. Okay, I do know Duluth is also a name of a company that makes some coats or for heavy duty work coats, I believe. Vermouth, ask me anything. Am I wrong in saying that there is a city or place out there that is called Vermouth? I swear it might have been me just mixing up with Vermont, but I want to make sure. Because I thought there was a place called Vermouth. But yes, dry, sweet. But I think there's a lot of different wines that try to be sweet as well. Although, again, I'm not a connoisseur of the alcoholic kind. But I do know that. Um, it's just for me, alcohol, no matter if it's wine or otherwise, it just smells like horse piss. So I'm really not interested. Um, but yeah, so it's based off that, but it was just sounding the word because again, the look of the word does not look how it sounds, if that makes sense, right? So you have the word vermouth is spelt hey half pine. How are you? There, mouth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep it up, young man. You'll get your hot poker soon enough. Um, no, it was that. Can resist. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure you are. Sure you are. Goodness sake. The the look of it is not the sound of it. And you have a lot of words too, like there are a lot of homonyms that sound the same but are spelt differently. And so you
Mm-hmm.
have this word that doesn't look how it sounds. And so I kind of took that as like it doesn't look how it sounds. So I can take that. And people still say Darramouth. And I'm like, no, there's a silent E at the end. And then honorable era named Vermouth. Well, okay. All right. Well, I was mixing with Vermont then. My bad. My bad. Um, but I was like, it's got a silent E at the end. Come on, guys, where were we at? Like, I remember when I had to dissect a sentence, and that was the suckiest part for me in language. I didn't care to do it. Verb, action, all this stuff, preposition. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Please don't make
Not a
me.
fan of English, huh?
I can speak it, but I won't have to dissect language out of it. Um, And Big Black says, I'm pretty sure there's a root beer recipe made with vermouth. Tastes like root beer, but doesn't have any. Interesting. I do
Interesting.
I do know there's a place in Wisconsin called uh no, it's the company's called no, not Sherbert's, Schluss or something like that. And while in the state that this brand of drink is in the company, it's out made with alcohol, but they sell the non-alcoholic versions of that outside of the state. What was the name of it? No, no. Okay, so was it S.H. Schubert? Uh, Schubert root beer. I'm sure it's going to correct me. Spreckers. That's right, Spreckers. Spreckers. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Spreckers is in Wisconsin, I believe. But basically, their stuff in the state is made with alcohol, but outside of the state, it is not made with alcohol. Or they don't sell it with alcohol. But I do love the soda that it does, especially the cherry cola. I love cherry cola. But yeah, it's made. I believe they make it with actual honey. So there you go. But now you know it's Spreckers. I got it wrong, but I was somewhere in the ballpark. Spreckers. See, Big Block got it for me. Thank you for that. It's a shame we can't get real sassafras anymore. You need it for traditional root beer. Well, I'm pretty sure there's like old. I know there's old time root beer that's sold in like those like candy stores, and so you
Mm-hmm.
do have that where it's made with sassafras. But I'm pretty sure they do to some degree sell root beers with real sassafras. They sell some drinks with actual cane sugar. So there
Mm-hmm.
is that, and you're getting a kitty prompt. Everyone loves.
Yes, she's more popular than I am.
Oh, the sadness continues. I'm a bad person. I can't help myself. All right. Um, but uh, but yeah, I enjoy drink. I don't drink it all the time though. I have kind of switched to like. Uh, so there's this. There, I've been drinking like probiotic drinks, like this one. Popwell is one of them, and drink one of those. And usually this is like 35 calories, which is not bad, and it's like 1 gram of sugar, right? I prefer the lady. Aw, look, you know what? You could have at least done a little nicer than that. You could have like at least presented a gift, like my lady. Here is a hot poker for your nights of coldness, and all that stuff. Um, well, all these, if you've never been to one, they're actually starting to sell um, their own version. And the Summit is the name brand, but they are selling their own prebiotic sodas. And this one has like 20 calories and only maybe has like 6 or 7% sugar. But I mean, for what it's worth, they're a whole lot better than like all the regular sodas like Pepsi and Coke and all this stuff. I can't for the life of me drink Coke anymore. Either it's the caffeine or something and it just hits me wrong and I get the slight jitters and I'm like, ugh, oh, I can't. It's like the feeling is like you've had too much caffeine and you're like trying, and you're like way up there. Um, so there, cat is one short, and you got one more fan. Aw, oh, look at that! Isn't that nice? Sassafras was taken off the market in the '70s because it was disappearing from the wild here. I can believe that. I mean, I don't know if you can actually grow it in the sense of like pineapple
I
or
think it's a root. I think sassafras comes from a root,
yes, it is a root.
so you should be able to think.
Yeah, you should be able to. I mean, I've been wanting to forge a steel rose for years. Hey, hey, now's your time to impress, okay? Just make sure it's not any rough edges. We don't want her cutting herself by accident, okay? Ha ha ha! Oh. Uh, let's see. Corn syrup is disgusting. Yes, and that's why I enjoy when actual sodas are made with real cane sugar or stevia. Stevia is another one. I know there's one like sucralose or whatever, but that's not the
No,
best for you.
that's not good for you
Sucralose,
either.
yep, sucralose, aspartame, I think is one.
Aspartame.
Aspartame. Thank you for the word correction, because me no education good. But yeah, and yeah, the sassafras one. I really do want to. A tree, Andrew. I imagine it takes a long time to grow. Okay, all right. Well,
Yeah,
you
could
know
be
what?
part of the problem then.
All right, so there we go. We're here. We're already gonna look it up because I'm not gonna. There we go. We're gonna learn stuff today, chat. We're gonna learn stuff today. So I shouldn't hand it to her while it's still glowing red hot. All those weird rules I gotta follow. You wouldn't handle anything red hot to someone. Okay, what's your problem? What's your problem? Half pine, throwing hot stuff at people. Uh, all right, here we go. Here's sassafras. Yes, it looks like a tree. It is a sympodial branches and smooth orange brown bark. It's a tree. Okay, so it is a tree.
It can be
It grows,
100 feet tall. Wow.
yeah, with many slender sympodial branches and smooth orange brown bark or yellow bark. All parts of the plant are fragrant. The species are unusual in having three distinct leaf patterns. Blah 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 blah. Oh, the young leaves and twigs are mucila, mucilaginous and produces citrus-like scent when crushed. Oh my. Um, ta- taxonomy, Saxon and rock. I'm trying to find. So, sassafras was known as a fennel wood due to its distinctive aroma. Oh my. Oh, so there's white and sassafras and okay, all right. Let's see. Ecology, toxicity. Sassafras oil contains safrole, which may have carcinogenic effect. Ooh, my.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Mexican Coke is still made from cane sugar. It tastes so much better. Yes, yes, it does, and it's a little cheaper too. Funny about that is, they send it up. I know Tiny has been on a few times, but this is the first time I have caught her here. I know why you like her. Well, she's
Thank
funny
you.
and she doesn't yell at me, so that's a good sign. But she says yes sometimes when she's not busy with her stardom. No, she's just so famous. Everyone, you say her name, and people are like, wait, Tiny what? I used to hand glowing red hot stuff to my blacksmithing mentor all the time. So, stick that in your juice box and suck it. Well, looks like someone failed their test because I know you probably Here, coach, use that. Ah, half pint. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Andre the Giant. Hello, pretty lady. Yeah, that's true. Big man with a big heart.
Yes,
Um,
he was. I loved Andre the Giant. He was so cool.
and even in the
Princess Bride. Yep.
Princess Bride. I was gonna say the Princess and the Bride, but that'd have been a totally different story. That sounds sounds like a very bad porno movie. All parts of sassafras all parts of sassafras plants, including root, stem, twig leaves, bark, flowers, and fruit, have been used for culinary, medicinal, and aromatic
Aromatic.
purposes. Yes, I was trying to get there. Both in areas where they are endemic and in areas where were imported, such as Europe. The wood of sassafras trees has been used as a material for building ships and furniture in China, Europe, and the United States. Sassafras twigs have been used as toothbrushes and fire starters. Oh my! All right. Sassafras albidum. And he's using traditional root beers and sassafras root teas. Um, oh, here we go. Well, sassafras, once a key ingredient in commercial American root beers, is no longer used as its oil was banned in 1960 by the FDA and all commercially mass. Oh, because of the carcin. Oh, okay. I see. Because of the oil, the sassafras oil, and the carci- carcinogenicity of saffron. So that's why. That's why it was bland. Here's some heartbreak that lives in my head 24/7. When Andre the Giant was asked what his favorite part about working on the Prince of Persia was, he said the animals. When asked why, he said because they don't look at me.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he was known. But he was known to really love animals,
Hmm.
and part of it was because he felt like everybody looked at him like he was a bit of a freak.
But he was a very tall person.
He was huge
Yeah.
on multiple levels, but he was also supposedly one of the gentlest and kindest people.
Yeah.
Anyone who knew him talked about him like he was just the biggest sweetheart on the planet.
Yeah. And the unfortunateness of it, of how he went, was just part of that, unfortunately. But yeah, so it looks like the carcinogenic in that sassafras oil was part of the reason why it was banned. Uh, oh,
I agree with the idea that we're not allowed to have sassafras, but they pour corn syrup down our throats. I agree that's stupid. I
yeah.
absolutely agree that's stupid.
Oh, Blancura syrup is fine, but they are protecting us from sassafras. Sure. Well, that's what they say. Sassafras leaves and flowers have also been used in salads and to flavor fats or cure meats. The young twigs can also be eaten fresh or dried. Additionally, the subterranean portion of the plant can be peeled, dried, and boiled to make tea. Boil, mash them, stick them in a stew. Almost. Um, oil and aroma. That's interesting. But yeah, it's the sassafras oil. Also, it's been used as a natural insect or pest deterrent. Okay. Soap and other toiletries. Oh, okay. It's banned. Wow. Commercially mass produced foods and okay, so it is banned in the US. Wow. Well, that sucks then. No wonder you're upset. High fructose corn syrup. That's right, big block. Feel that fructose corn syrup just throw through your veins like a heart attack. Um, Andrea was a wonderful man. Yes. Potatoes. Yes, I know. Lord of the Rings. I remember that video. But anyway, but yeah, so that's the reason why they give is because it's been banned because of the carcinogenic in the oil of of sassafras and that all that stuff. Which sucks, but I'm guessing they're using sort of like um a similar flavoring or something like that in order to get it close enough, but still, I mean, if you're willing to pour, hot fruit corn torch syrup down people's throat, that's not good for you. Only thing I can say is that for what I drink at least, or what I'm trying to get more on, because it is a bit expensive depending on the brand. Like Poppy's, like I think if I go to a Kroger, Poppy's like 250 a pop, and that's rough. But if you go to Aldi's, I have found out if you go to Aldi's, you can get them for like less than $2.
There you go.
Searching, kind of like turning in my dad here. I'm searching for the deals.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, it's not like the people who you see like in those shows where they clip those coupons and they end up having so much that they get money back from the grocery store. I'm like, but you
That's
have
crazy.
you have so
That's
much
insane.
stuff. Yeah, you have so much stuff. Kind of like the oil industry banning hemp. Well, you know what? People are out there. They're enjoying the CBD, THC, the marijuana, the green grass, the
Half pint is not like your poppy.
I try and taste like TV static and yak urine. Well, beer and alcohol smell like horse piss to me, so we're both on agreeable terms in different areas. You're like the insurance commercial where people are turning into their parents there. Uh, have you had a broken arm? Have you found your eyeball inside out in? Well, come on down to Uncle Bob's Insurance. If you, oh my goodness. but no, it is a point of I think people need to understand industrial hemp, not marijuana. Well, you got CBD and you got THC as well. Okay, so that's there too. Jokes on you, I'm 10 years sober, so I won't be defending alcohol anytime soon. Well, you wouldn't be defending alcohol at all. So that probably would have been the better word approach. Um, but I think, and congratulations for that too. 10 years is no
Yeah,
joke.
congratulations. That's impressive.
But I think people need to understand. Um, well, that's a lie. I miss the taste of whiskey. Well, I'm not gonna help with that one. But I do think people need to understand that like your health is like the last card you have to play. It's the last card that's going to carry you through. Because you do hear those stories about how some parents and stuff they get sent to um, retirement home or whatnot, and they're really some of these people, man, they are just left to rot to time. And you really don't. My mom's parents were lucky enough that they didn't have to. They had passed way before that thought ever came. Um, but I would imagine that their kids would try to help take care of them and whatnot. Um, but yeah, I don't think anyone wants to be in that situation where they end up at a retirement home and you're basically, you're a few steps away from being tied to your bed for the rest of your days, and that's nothing. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I'd like to be able to skip on the stones and break my back that way. Then I could do it. I feel alive. Oh, I'm alive. I'm in pain. I'm Lord. I'm in pain. Oh goodness, people are gonna start writing me letters now. Um, uh, my pottery is already followed to my work, and I never had looks to play. Well, I mean, sure, I need more cards. Well, money is one. All right, so you need more of that if that's a card. Uh, bullets. I don't know. Maybe I gotta have something to trade. Uh, industrial hemp is a spirit to oil products in every department. It has nothing to do with marijuana. I understand that, but there people use from that derivative though. They do CBD. There is CBD oil. There's CBD ointments. There's THC, which I
Yeah, but I
believe.
mean, the farm bill, which brought back hemp, allowed for non THC, non psychedelic CBD to be
Yeah,
available everywhere in the country, and
yeah,
that made a huge difference to a lot of people who are pain patients like me.
yeah. You can. My mom has this lotion or whatever that's CBD, and you just put it on. It really helps. And I've talked to people who do 422. Like I have someone on Hemp Hero, who actually does work with that for a living, federally. But he uses it for anxiety and whatnot. Um, but like the ointments and stuff, those are very beneficial for like joint pains or whatnot, or especially for someone like you who, probably would tape just put the whole elbow in there and just kind of keep it in there for a few hours. It feels so good. But yeah, it's interesting, and I'm glad that at least some parts of those, the hemp is being used to some degree. That's allowed to be used on a commercial basis, or
Mhm.
even I guess it is still a commercial basis if it's like your own little uh, business. Like if you make a business selling on like the ointments and stuff. Um, but Bureau says the government is not protecting us from anything. It's
Nope,
all industrial lobbyists. To yes.
100%.
Mhm. I've got someone here as the proof of that. She's barking at them all day long for her stuff. Um, I gotta do some work on sticker design for the stores. We'll catch you later. Toodles, friends, and neighbors. I follow the pretty lady. Goodbye, pretty lady. She has a name. It's called Tiny. Okay. Gosh, there's a name to it. Goodness sake. My dad uses fentanyl passages for cancer pain.
I was on a fentanyl patch for years. I was on uh, 25 micrograms. If you need it, they make such a difference.
Yeah. Well, and I think the story of it, like with fentanyl, is like you only need like a small little portion for it to kill you, because that's what they usually show you with like the um
Well, the patch it's topically absorbed.
mm,
So, and like I said, it's 25 micrograms, not milligrams, micrograms, or 50 micrograms, or even 100 micrograms.
yeah.
Um, and when I had to try to explain to people that I was on fentanyl medically,
Mm,
no one, people couldn't understand that it wasn't the fentanyl that you're getting in like street drugs and stuff.
mhm, yeah,
It's it's mostly only for cancer patients, but if you have neuropathic pain that's at the same level as a cancer patient, you used to be able to get it. It's almost impossible to get any at all these days unless you have serious cancer. And so
wow.
I'm really sorry that your dad's going through that.
Mm, um, the, what is it?
I don't really have any channels of my own.
Yeah, she's
I
more of
I technically have a YouTube channel. I just haven't put anything on it, and I technically have a Rumble channel that I haven't put anything on. Mostly, I just show up on other people's channels so that I don't have to worry about learning anything to run one.
there you go, look at that, she's smart already. She doesn't she just comes on other people's shows so she doesn't have to learn, and she's already ahead of the game. Catch up, people, catch up.
I channel surf.
Yeah, I don't see no board. Um, but, oh, that's right. Where was that? But yeah, I mean, again, I did hear that some hospitals use fentanyl for like surgeries and stuff as well, and so
Mhm.
you do have that sort of thing.
Fentora. It's
What?
the version of fentanyl for that is Fentora, I believe, and
Mentor.
it's either injected or it goes through an IV,
Hmm.
and it's much shorter acting, but much more. But they use it as a form of anesthesia.
Sounds like what laughing gas is, to be honest, and that's a fun time until it's off, and you're like, oh. I'm just sitting here, man, looking at all the oceans, bro. Uh, but yeah, there's the fentanyl thing. Big Black says fentanyl patches are strong but relatively safe since it's measured. Dealers cutting too much fentanyl to other drugs is where you get the deaths. Yeah, because
Yep.
the stories are usually like they put something mixing in it with it, and it's very damaging. So yeah, you have to be careful about that. The funny thing though, in like with finding that fentanyl is used in like surgeries and stuff. There's actually they act some places actually use obsidian for surgeries. They, like, make a little because it's so, like, a 0.0001, uh
Obsidian can become so sharp that it can cut almost to the cellular level.
yeah, exactly, and so and when I found that out, because I was trying to look for, like, okay, where can you do it? And they actually make this little tubular thing with, a bit at the end, and that's the obsidian, and, yeah, it'll cut you if you're not careful, like, uh, I have this old pretty lady right here.
Mm.
This is called, obsidian with midnight lace, because you can see all that silveriness
Hmm.
to it. But I mean, if you're not careful, you can accidentally cut yourself on this, and it's not a fun time. But I do like the look of it. So precious. Um,
You're precious.
but anyway, B-roll says, my partner got fentanyl for a surgery, and there was a ridiculous long preamble before finally got the relief she needed. Yeah, that sucks. Um, we can talk about how bad Canada's stuff is, but our stuff isn't any better. Like you could be waiting months to get into a hospital for Canada. It's all screwed all over the place. So there is that. But yeah, it's just interesting to kind of learn these things, kind of things, because when I used to uh, see the rock collecting, I only showed her one rock. I only showed her one. I haven't even showed her the other stuff. I only showed her one rock. I mean, like, there's no. I use obsidian. It was part of the discussion. Why do you think it's so mean or whatever? Um, but uh, but yeah, I do think that um like in using stuff like THC or whatnot, I do think if it's used on a medical scale, I can kind of agree with that because I just think that it's gonna you're using fentanyl to some degree for medical. Why wouldn't you use like a THC or CBD for helping those regions? But then there's that other side of the conversation where you can say what is it lower like the federal felony level for it, like for marijuana and all that stuff. But the issue with that is like there's people who kind of overdose on that, and
Well, no, like the thing is that the problem is that THC is considered still a Schedule 1. And Schedule 1 by definition means no medical use. So
yeah,
it's complete bullshit for it to be Schedule 1. It doesn't make any sense. There's been studies for decades proving the efficacy of THC as a medical painkiller.
mm,
Um, and as long as you get it from a reputable, I mean, like, because I'm in California, so I can get medical cannabis, I can get medical THC. And
mm,
if you get it from a respectable vendor,
mm,
there's very little chance of anything going wrong.
yeah, yeah,
If you get it from the street, you don't know.
yeah. That's like playing "What's Behind This Door" today. Um,
Russian roulette almost.
yeah, it's
I mean, like I know modern studies that aren't paid for by um, rehab centers have
mhm,
proven that people with severe chronic pain who have true serious pain conditions have a less than 3% chance of addiction.
mhm,
There is very, very little chance of addiction.
mhm,
And yet, since 2016, pain specialists who give out perfectly reasonable, absolutely minor levels of pain meds to their patients to just keep them basic functioning, not even like get them off disability or anything, but just basic functioning.
mhm,
You, they've been attacked by the DEA. My
mhm.
pain doctor in New York had 4 fake patients in 1 month. 4 DEA patients coming in trying to prove that she was going to give them something when they shouldn't have it.
Wow.
I've seen good doctors hounded out of being pain doctors or being hounded out of being doctors at all.
Wow.
And I mean, I know so many patients that cannot get the painkillers they need. My doctor is amazing, and I love him, and he's one of the main reasons I can't leave California. I can't guarantee if I move back to Texas or anywhere else that I will actually have a pain specialist who will be able to give me what I need.
Wow.
There are so many pain patients that are suiciding.
Mm,
Literally thousands of people are
mhm,
killing themselves because they cannot get any relief.
right.
And the ones that aren't killing themselves because they can't get relief are accidentally killing themselves because they go to the street to get relief.
Mm,
An activist very close with, and I was a pain activist I was very close and very good friends with, and he had severe spinal issues.
mm,
The doctors would not, he could not get into any pain clinic, any group, and eventually he tried to get some re- relief from something on the street, and it had fentanyl in it, and he's dead.
mm,
And I have, I don't, the last few months, I haven't been in my support groups as much
mhm,
because I was doing so badly. But when I'm in those groups regularly talking to the people that are dealing with this,
mhm,
we were getting at least one goodbye letter a week.
mm,
And those are the ones that actually have the energy to write a goodbye letter.
mm,
It's the way we deal with pain in this country is, in most of the West, but especially in this country, is just it's kind of obscene.
mm,
There are so many people literally being tortured,
mhm,
and
mm.
I'm not
It's
going to get
kind
into it more because I'll just get really frustrated and angry.
yeah. Self-torture in an essence, but it's not a torture they put on themselves, it's a torture they
No,
can't control.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so this
I
yeah,
mean, I
and
know
this
people with botched spinal surgeries,
oh,
people with CRPS. I mean, there are pain conditions that are just almost unimaginable to live with.
mhm,
And I mean, if I didn't have my pain meds, I don't know if I'd be here.
yeah. And then B-roll says, and then the obvious question is who floods areas with no money with oxy and fent? Curious. Well, first off would be the cartels, but then who helps the cartels?
Yeah,
No.
the CCP.
Yeah, well, there you go.
The CCP gives them the basis to make all the fentanyl, and the CCP gives them enough money that they don't mind if they kill off all of their fucking clients.
Mhm. Mm. Kill
It's
off your
it's the opium war. The opium wars never fucking ended, to be
mhm,
completely honest. And
mhm,
it's just like the CCP is literally doing biological warfare against us, and they have been for years and years and years.
mhm. Yep. Yeah. The war that never ends, and unfortunately, um, still is a struggle for many. Big Black says, "Jesus, if you can't trust your drug lord, who can you trust?" Well, not your drug lord. That's the whole point. You're not supposed to trust your drug lord. Uh, even even if it's your next door neighbor, like in Pineapple Express. That was too funny of a movie. But yeah, I can agree for the medical stuff, but I do believe there are people um who do take things a bit too far, and
No,
you let
absolutely. There are addicts. I'm not saying there are no addicts. I'm not saying there aren't people who shouldn't be. Absolutely.
mm,
But unfortunately for me, because the addicts exist,
yeah,
true pain patients are suffering.
mm-hmm,
And what makes it worse in a way for me is if you're an addict, there's places all over the country where you can go and they'll give you clean needles and they'll let you shoot up and they'll give you Narcan when you overdose or whatever.
yeah,
But a legitimate pain patient can't get a fucking oxycodone. That makes no sense to me at all. You're going to let the addicts do whatever they want and take care of them when they do it, but you won't let the legitimate pain patients get what they need to function.
mm, yep,
That makes
the
no sense to me.
very butt backwards, as the kids would say, and
Mm-hmm.
especially when you have something like Portland, which basically put almost all drugs
Yep.
uh, open and free, and then you see what happens to them. It's just like, well, that kind of went the wrong turn. Um, correct. The addicts get their stuff, and pain patients have to fight for everything. Yeah,
Yep.
it's the opposite of what's supposed to be helpful medically.
Yep.
But I digress. Not a lot of smart people do their stuff. Not sure China plans on dealing with killing off their Walmart customers, but I am with you on the lack of proper professional pain management. I am also one of them. Well, there you go. And that's I believe that's Adam because B rolls is of Adam and his partner. There's that. So, but yeah, no, that's rough. That's very rough. And I've always certainly I've always admired your ability to put one foot in front of the other, like that song goes. Uh, but it is an understandability for many who are in your same situation, especially if it's a lot worse than that, um, and they just can't get the help they need to get because bureaucracy, laws that don't make sense, and pretty much anything else under the sun. Um,
Well, the CDC, the CDC has just been completely corrupted for years. It's
mm,
not legitimate on so many levels.
yeah.
I'm ecstatic to watch RFK rip it apart.
Mm,
I hope he rips it apart. I hope he rips the NIH apart and he builds something new that is much more legitimate. I mean, there's a guy named Collandy. He owns
mm,
a whole bunch of um, recovery centers,
mm,
and he paid off multiple people at the CDC. There's paperwork to prove it. He paid
mm,
them off to cancel pain meds so that people would have to go into recovery, even if they weren't actually, they were
mm,
forced into recovery
yeah.
because they were going through withdrawal.
Yep.
But there's a difference between addiction and dependence.
Mm,
Like a if you got diabetes, you need insulin. You are
mm,
dependent on it. You're not addicted to it, you're dependent on it.
mm,
If you have severe pain, you're dependent on the painkillers to function. You're not
yep.
addicted to them.
Mm,
And they started changing all the paperwork so that there was only one option. If you used opiates, there was only one option. You had to say you had opiate use disorder. It was the only
mm,
thing you could put on the paperwork.
yeah.
But you don't have opiate use disorder if you're just taking what you need. But no. It's just like I said, I don't want to get too angry.
It's a frustrating endeavor for sure, but luckily, uh, we still get to have you here, which is even in the pain, it's a great gift. But with that remark, because I'd rather end it on a happy note, because obviously for many people this week, it is a sad note. But I always like to think of, especially when you see those celebrities, right? Some celebrities dying, like Ozzy Osbourne and stuff. I always like to remind myself of George Harrison's song, "All Things Must Pass Away," and it's I gotta find. Oh, I gotta find the lyrics because I don't want to say this wrong. All things must pass. Okay. Because if I say it wrong, somebody's like, "Oh, you said it wrong," and I was like, "I tried my best. I don't know what you want me to do." There we go. Let's see. Uh, the first verse. I'll just show it. There we go. Share the screen. There we go. Okay. There we go. You have the first verse is the sunrise doesn't last all morning, a cloudburst doesn't last all day. Seems my love is up and has left you with no warning. It's not always gonna be this gray. And of course, all things must pass. All things must pass away. And I've kind of always kind of brought up that song whenever you've had like a celebrity die or whatever, because it kind of is the life of it. You know, sunrise doesn't last all morning. There's gonna be a sunset. Sun doesn't last all evening. Mind can blow those clouds away. There's a lot of stuff there that just kind of shows the shortcomings of like it doesn't last. So, just be grateful for what you have, uh, and know that because it does all pass away. Ozzy passed. Kirk was in. Yeah, but in the end though, it's still the same ordeal of where it's there is no clock to turn that back. It what's done is done, and the sun has passed in those people.
I
And
have to
look,
say, I sometimes feel like people today
mm,
don't realize that life doesn't have save mode.
nope,
Like you can't just go back to an earlier point.
mm,
There's no refresh point or respawn point.
mm,
And I feel sometimes people think that life is like a video game and they can just do whatever and then go back and fix it.
mm,
And that's just not true. That's just not how the world works, how life
mm,
works.
nope,
And I think there's a lot of people who literally don't grasp that anymore. They're missing certain aspects of reality.
mm, yeah, well, you get enough distractions around you, you're going to, but it certainly will come to head,
Pleasure to meet
regardless.
you too, B-roll.
All right, see you there. Have a good one, Adam. I'm off to start dinner. Well, I hope it's a good dinner because I'm going to be there in the next 5 minutes. Well, it's funny enough because they actually live in California too. So,
Oh, okay, cool.
so I don't know where, but I do know they live in California. So there's that. But anyway, it is the top of the hour, and so we're gonna start winding down because as much as I like to look at Tiny's frozen face, sometimes it gets a little distracting. So anyway, we're gonna do our yeah, it's not gonna work after a while. But anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna to go over our stuff again, and then we'll do a few things, and then we'll go from there. But let's see where did I put it. I gotta look through my list of stuff. No, not there, not there, not there, not there, not there, not there. Nope, nope. Wait, was it not too far back? I try to go back. I'm trying to look for the links. All right, hold on. I'm almost there. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. There you go. There's Tiny's Twitter X link. If you want to find her and chat with her, or just find some place to follow, there you go.
Anytime I'm on someone's show, I tend to have it put up on my X, so you can almost always find me.
There you go. Right there. And though she may say she is tiny, she's not. I saw her once and she looked 6'7". Okay, that's.
I'm 5'2".
Shh, I'm trying to sell you. All right, shh, stop it. Okay, she's gonna calm it down over there. No, she's real. She's a
Well,
real.
I very much enjoy wearing 6-inch heels so I can look taller.
Okay, look, a night out on the town. Okay, you can just calm it down. Okay, calm it down. And nice to see you. You have a positive vibe. Well, yeah, she does. Look at her smile on her face. You should have seen her earlier. She was in a bathroom and she's like, "F off." It's like, oh, okay, gosh dang. Oh man, looked in the wrong direction for that one. But anyway, with her link is oops. Well, her link is again down in the description below. But again, for my stuff, whether you're on the Rumble side or the YouTube side, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment, or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated because not only does it help in being seen more, but it also helps in having other people on, like Tiny, like Adam Gray, B Roll, like Half Pine, like Tom B, like Jack Tarlad, like so many other people. At the end of the day, I do this thing where I talk to people who are creators or not creators and just have conversations about whatever. And obviously, you saw 2 hours of that. So thank you all for that, for being here. Let's see. Now I gotta find my other link. Oh, hold on. Nope, nope, that's not the one. That's not it. Nope, no, I passed it. I passed it. Hold on. There we go. All right. There's my link right there. You can go down there. It has my Twitter X. It has my email. Also, has a link to Discord, but it's mostly just for DMing. I just don't have enough mental bandwidth to do any uh, server making and whatnot. So there you go for that. If you want to know where else my stuff is at, there's that. And of course, um, like I said earlier, I am part of Proton's partner program, and I am promoting their Proton Unlimited, which involves their whole suite of stuff, right? Proton Mail, Proton VPN, Proton Drive, Proton Pass. It has all the great stuff. And if you use that link, you too can get a discount of sorts. Oh, don't do that. Get back there. There we go. You can use a discount of sorts of like 23% off. And again, you can just go to the link, check it out, and if it's worth it to you, great. If it's not, that's fine too. I'm just trying to promote a benefit that I see beneficial for all because I use it myself. And why
Mhm.
wouldn't you want something that's more about privacy, or at least tries to get as private as you can, and all that stuff? That's a sign we gotta get going. Otherwise, we're gonna start reading her bedtime story, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, again, that link, you can take that link, check it out for yourself, and yeah, they're just promoting a benefit. Let's see, I'm holding down the zone. Yeah, well, you better start praying it gets there soon enough because I'm not even at 300 yet. So there you go. Um, I'm only over 260, so we're getting there. Um, but anyway, where am I at? Tomorrow, Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern is the 71st Pay It Forward stream. The last few times I didn't do it because I was, holiday stuff and all that, and obviously, um, let's see, any family event like Thanksgiving week, I'll be off because I usually take off like 3 personal days, and that gives me the whole week. So I'm like 3 days for 8. Yes, I'm gonna do it. So I'm not gonna be making any content. You might see shorts from me, and I've actually begun posting shorts on TikTok. So at least shorts I've already done because why not? Why not? Um, but yeah, so that stuff like that, I don't usually do that. But right tomorrow, 71st Pay Forward stream, and at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will have on. Uh, I gotta find the username. Where is it at? Dev. There we go. Dev will be on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. So come for that if you wish. If not, that's just come be part of the Pay It Forward stream. I go around on the Rumble side. I go around to many different people live streaming at the time. I give a few donos here and there, and I give a few nice words, and we just kind of go around and see people who, uh, unfortunately, Rumble does not have great content discovery. So these people may never have been discovered if not for that. So there is that. But again, that's at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Dev is on at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I hope you will join for that. And the last thing I do with my guest, the lovely Tiny, is going to join me in questions from a hat. That's right. I bought a hat from Rumble. I put some questions inside it. So what that means is that my guest gets. You should have brought some snacks for dear yourself, Tiny. Well, look, hey, don't expect her. She just got out of the tub when she joined. Okay, do you not? You can you hold it down over there? Goodness sake. Um, but anyway, what happens is that my guest gets 2 freebie questions because I am just so kind and generous. Not really, but we're gonna get there. But of course I am not monetized on YouTube, so sorry YouTube, but
Sorry.
just not gonna be able to help that boat. But yes, we'll see you then. See you then, Dev. You'll get the link tonight, though. You'll get the link tonight. Um, but if you're on Rumble, however, if you want more than the 2 questions, you can pay for Rumble Rant. Doesn't matter the amount. I've had people spam me the $1 ones and the $2 ones. Look at all those pieces of paper right back there. That's Rumble Rants. That's right. Well, actually, it's more over there as well. But I'm trying to get it collected up. But so what happens if you want more than 2? You gotta pay for. Doesn't matter the amount. But we're gonna start with the first one. I'm just running my hands through there. Oh yeah, all that paper. Hope I don't get paper cut. Oh no. Okay. Here's question number one. Oh, Tiny deserves another look at that big block. Giving it up. Big Block wants to see you have another question. There you go. Thank you, Big Block. E-E-P. I did it for short. There you go. Look at that. Right there. Big Block. All right. That's 3 questions. So thank you for that, Big Block. All right. First question. Let's see what it says. What is... Oh, right. You're not a content creator, so I got to throw that question out. Man, first question I have to throw out tonight. All right, let's see. Got my eyes are closed and I'm just feeling my way through the hat. There we go. We got the first one right here. This question is, what's your go-to comfort food
Oh.
or snack food, whichever one you want to go with?
Probably beef stew. My mom makes me amazing beef stew on a regular basis, and it keeps me going.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Don't. Or
Like,
good.
put a bunch of, you put some meat, you can put onions, carrots, potatoes, some
Mm,
wine, let
mm.
it cook for like 3 days. So everything is just soft and soft. Oh, it's so yummy.
Or a good meatloaf. Oh.
My grandma
Good.
used to make meatloaf that wasn't too bad, but I'm not a huge meatloaf fan.
All right, I guess this is gonna be the end of the show right here. Sorry, she said she hates meatloaf. We're gonna have to
I
pass.
didn't say I hate meatloaf. I said it's just not my favorite thing.
These are a few of my favorite things. What's this? Is question number 2. Oh, look at that. Holds her a tiny bit longer. Ha 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 ha. ha. You're funny. I listen to you. You're funny. You're so funny over there. I laugh, he cry, he gives you more. I say, all right. There you go, BB. There's another one, BBP. All right. Question is, what's a skill you've always wanted to learn but haven't yet?
Hmm.
Mm.
Well, I always wish I was a better singer. I love singing and I suck at it.
Compared to me, sure.
But actually I wish I learned a little bit more of how to like do all the tech stuff so that I could be more comfortable having my own channel.
Or he could be like a business guru, like hide behind a curtain, like, yes, your computer is fixed. There you go. Um, oh, can I see your face? Get out! Get out now! All right, here's question number 3. And thank you again, BBP. Oh, look at that. She is fun. She doesn't have a big ha 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 ha. I'm gonna start denying those at a certain point, PvP. All right, there you go. Look at that. There you go, right there. Oh my gosh. All right, that's 5 altogether. Here's question number 3. What does question 3 say? Hold on. Gotta open it up. What's your favorite holiday?
Oh, actually, my favorite secular holidays are versions of my favorite religious holidays. My favorite secular holiday is Halloween and Thanksgiving, and my favorite religious holidays are Purim, where we dress up like Halloween,
Mm.
and Passover, where we all spend the time around the table just like Thanksgiving.
Well, Mazel Tov and L'chaim. All right. On to the next
My
one.
family, like my grandma, Thanksgiving was the biggest thing for our family, and
Really?
we would have 40 to 60 people every year. The year we canceled Thanksgiving, we had 12 people.
I still made it on time.
So no, so Thanksgiving is a big one for me. I love Thanksgiving. I love having all the family around, whether they're blood family or not, they're family, and having everyone together. Just it meant a lot for my family.
Yeah, that's the best part right there. Um, let's see. All right, eyes closed. Coming up for question number 4. All right, there we go. Here's question number 4 right here. Let's see what it says. It says, "What's the weirdest dream you've ever had?" Oh,
Long time ago, I had a dream that my grandma's house had turned into an alien landing ground, and I was trying to become an alien warrior. I don't remember a lot of my dreams, but I've remembered that one for a long time. It was very strange.
And then the fame's like, why is she? Who's making that sound?
Not quite Xena, but yeah.
Xena, Princess Warrior. Okay, someone needs to turn off the TV. All right, here's the last one. This is question number 5. So, one, yes. Oh, wait, no, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5. All right. Question. Question number 5. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Put one foot in front of was before I got sick, I had a contract to become a Marine Corps officer. And
Mm,
since I was about 6 years old, the only thing I ever wanted to do with my life was become a Marine.
mm-hmm.
And getting sick and losing that was very, very hard.
Yeah.
But I had a friend who, I guess it wasn't a friend, he was a mentor
Mm,
who was a unbelievable enlisted Marine. He was one of our instructors, and Master Gunnery Sergeant Hoffy was one of the most amazing men I've ever met in my life. He
right.
had done so many amazing things. And I got sick while I was in the Corps of Cadets at A&M. And at first didn't know how bad it was or what it was going to mean.
Mm,
And he looked at me and said, "You know what they do with the special forces? They take them on these insane marches till they're going to pass out, push them
mm,
until they can't walk anymore, and then they tell them got to walk another 3 miles."
yeah.
And some of the guys, even though they're dying on their feet, they'll try to
Mm,
just keep taking one more step.
mm,
And some of the guys will just give up. And the guys that make those next few steps,
mm,
those are the guys that make it.
mm,
And that's what he said. He said, whatever happens, you just take one more step, no matter how hard it is,
mm,
one more step.
mm,
And that's probably the best advice I've ever been given.
mm. I'd I would just go with the sing songy part of that from Santa Claus Comes to Town. It's a lot more fun that way. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. See, and it's a lot more fun and jolly that way. But no, that's pretty good advice because sometimes that's all it takes is one more foot. It reminds me of that movie Hacksaw with Andrew Garfield,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just every time he was like, "One more, Lord, one more,"
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes that's all it takes is one more. But that is the end of the show, of course, because I going to bed soon because she's in California, so it's like 7 o'clock her time, and it's almost like 10, a little over 10 my time. So I like her version, Derek. Much more inspiring. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. You know, I was offering a little sing song here so you could remember, and you're like, "F you," all right. But no, it is inspiring, and that's sometimes people need to remember. So, but again, tomorrow 7 p.m. Eastern for the 71st forward stream, and then 8 p.m. Eastern with Dev, and then of course, uh, though I know the times are tough, and though I know every day does not make it easy, just remember, all things must pass. All things must pass away. And with that, I end the show, of course, because I'm just so awesome in how I end the show, obviously. Is One Day With You by Pogo. I always like it because it's a nice little send off. It's like being sent off to dreamland, except with a musical aftertone. And believe me, my musical aftertone is not that great. But anyway, One Day With You by Pogo, 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for the 71st Pay It Forward stream. I will see you all then. And of course, thank you, chat, for being here. And of course, thank you again for coming on, Tiny. Always, she may be tiny, but she stacks up. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of the night. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.